In today's video we are going to be making these little eggs. Very easy to do. You can make whatever pattern or leave them plain. So we will be starting with a 2mm hook, scissors, stitch marker, some stuffing and whatever colour yarn you decide to use. Now my first colour for row 1, we're going to do a magic circle. I'm going to use this off yellow. So to do your magic circle, you gently wrap the yarn over in like a cross shape. You go under the first one, pull it through, and then you grab the yarn here and just nick it through that bit there. So that is the start of your magic circle. And then we're going to do 6 single crochets into the magic circle. So this is the first one. Pull the yarn through, finish it off. That's the second one. Third, fourth, fifth, and the last one is number 6. And then I pop the stitch marker in so we know which is our last stitch of the round, like so. And I'm going to close the hole by gently pulling on this thread, like so. Now for round 2, we're going to do an increase into every stitch, so we're going to end up with 12. So this is our first one here, so we'll pop through both loops. So that is 1. Go through the same hole again, that's 2, that's your increase. And we'll go to the next one, so this would be number 3 and 4. And then 5 and 6. Seven and 8. 9 and 10. And then we need to take the stitch marker out to do our last 2, which will be 11 and 12, which are in here. 11 and 12. Pop the stitch marker back in. And then I generally, on this row, tighten the hole just slightly more. Just wrap the yarn around your hook, give it a slight tug, and there it's gone. Now row 3, we're going to do 1 single crochet and then an increase. So we're going to alternate them all the way around. So this is our 1 single crochet, and in the next stitch we're going to do an increase, which is this one here. I'll pop 2 in there. 1, 2, and then 1 single crochet followed by an increase, so 2 in this one. One single crochet followed by an increase. So if you carry that pattern around, I'll meet you back once you've finished with your stitch marker. Row 4, we're going to do 2 single crochets excuse me, followed by an increase. So we've got 1, 2, then increase in this next one. So we're doing 2 in this stitch. Same again, 2 single crochets. And then an increase in the next one. So I'll let you carry on doing that all the way around and I'll meet you at the next row. Row 5, we're going to go up one more, so we're going to do 3 single crochets and then our increase. So we have 1, 2, 3, and our next one's going to be our increase. So 2 in this one. And again, 1, 2, 3, followed by your increase. So 2 in this one here, and I will meet you back at the beginning of the next row, so you carry on going round. Row 6, we're going to go up one more, so we're going to do 4 single crochets and then an increase. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then our increase. So 2 in this one. And then repeat it again. So we've got 4 single crochets. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then our increase. We're going to do 2 in this one. So if you carry on, I'll meet you on the next round. Now row 7 is the last of our increase for a little while, so we're going to do 5 single crochets and then your increase. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, oops, 5, and then an increase, and then we go on to our next 5, this one's a bit tight, there we go, 2, okay, so if you want to carry on round, I'll meet you back at the next row. Now for row 8 through to row 15, so that's 8 rounds. You're pretty much can do freestyle, so you can do any of these sort of patterns. So what I want to do is 2 plain rows followed by 4 of a pattern, and then I'm going to go back to another 2 plain rows. So I'm going to single crochet round, there's 42 stitches in all the way around for the next 2 rows, which will take me round to row 10. So if you want to carry on, I will meet you at row 10, and then we can work out what sort of pattern we want to pop on it. Okay, this is row 10. I'm going to start adding another colour, and I think I'm going to go for this kind of design where we're going to alternate the colours so it's not too blocky. So we need to start off with the colour that you're on, but we don't finish the stitch. And this is where we add in the next one. I'll put it through there. Okay, just give that one a tug. Make the stitch a bit tighter. And then we're going to do the next stitch. We can weave this end in at the same time. And then every time you get your yarn through, you grab the other one. So you're finishing with the opposite colour. So we finish with that one, and then we'll start with this one, and then finish it off with the purple. And bring up the next one. Swap over for your yellow. Like so. Bring up the next one. We're going to go back to purple. Bring up the next one. Carry on with the yellow. Bring up the next one. So we're just switching colours to finish off each stitch, and it makes it look really effective. Bring up the next one, swap with the yellow, bring up the next one. Okay, so you carry on. I'll meet you at the stitch marker and we'll show you how it goes on to the next level. Okay, this is at the end of row 10, so we're just going to finish off to join it to the next round. So we need to remove our stitch marker And the next one coming up is a purple, so we're going to bring that one up and finish it off with the yellow and pop our stitch marker back in. And this is where we start row 11. Bring it in with that one and finish with the purple. And find my purple, come up. Bring it up and swap it around. So we're just going to continue all the way around. So you've got another 3 rows that we're doing of this pattern. Swap it for the purple. So I will let you carry on, and then I will meet you back at the end of row, where are we thinking? 13. Okay, this is the end of row 13. I'm just going to remove my stitch marker to do the last stitch in this one. I'll pop our purple back in. Like so. Bring it up, pop the stitch marker back in. And now for row 14 and 15, I'm going back to the pale yellow. So we're going to finish this stitch off first, like so, and then we're just going to continue all the way around with the pale yellow, but I'm going to incorporate this purple in the back for the first few stitches so that it secures it in place. Like so. Okay, that should be enough. Now I'm going to remove the purple yarn. And then continue all the way round for the next 2 rows, and I will meet you back at the beginning of row 16. Okay, row 16 now. We're going to do 5 single crochets and then a decrease. So we're going to start getting smaller. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the decrease, we're going to pick the front loop up of the next 2 stitches, like so. Bring it through those 2, and then finish your stitch. So then we do another 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then front loops of the next 2 to do your decrease, like so. Pull it through, and then finish your stitch. So if you want to carry on 5 and then decrease, I'll meet you on the next one. Rows 17 and 18, that's the next 2 rows, we're just going to do 1 single crochet into every stitch. So you should have 36 stitches all the way around. So just carry on doing 1 in every single stitch, and I will meet you back at the row 19. Row 19, we're going to do 4 single crochets and then our decrease. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the front loops of the next 2 stitches for your decrease, like so, and then another 4 single crochets, decrease, so the first 2 loops and decrease. If you carry on, I'll meet you back at the next round. Row 20, we're just going to do 1 single crochet into every stitch, so there should be 30 single crochets on this round. So I'll let you carry on just doing 1 single crochet into every single stitch, and I will meet you at the beginning of the next one. Row 21, we're going to be doing 3 single crochets and then another decrease. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then our decrease. So the first 2 loops of the next 2 stitches, like so. And then another 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then a decrease again. So front loops. So you carry on, I'll meet you at the next row. Row 22, we are going to do 1 single crochet into each stitch, and we should be down to 24 stitches now in this round. So if you want to carry on just doing 1 single crochet into each stitch, I will meet you at the beginning of the next row. Okay, so at this point we're going to need to start putting the filler in. So just feed it in through the top. It's up to you how much you want to pop in. Just check that we've still got the oval shape. Okay, I think that should be enough. Now row 23, we're going to do 2 single crochets followed by a decrease. 1, 2, and a decrease. Like so. I always keep my finger on the inside when the stuffing's in, so you don't end up pulling it all the way back through. So come out. 1, 2, followed by your decrease. So it's the front 2 loops. Try to get all of it. That's better. So I will let you carry on. 2 single crochets followed by a decrease. Row 24, it is 1 single crochet and then we're going to do a decrease. So that's 1, and then the front loops of the next 2 stitches. Pull it through and finish it off, and then 1 single crochet, then a decrease, that's the front 2 loops, and then 1 single crochet and a decrease. A bit tough. 1 single crochet, and then we need to remove the stitch marker for the last stitch. That's a decrease. And pop the stitch marker back in.
Row 25, we're going to decrease in every stitch. So for the next 2 front loops, we need to make a decrease. So there's going to be 6 decreases all the way round. So we need to pick up the front loops of this stitch and pull it through. And that is your decrease. So we're going to have it all the way round till we get back through to the stitch marker. Okay, that's the next one. And this last one we need to take the stitch marker out to get in those last 2 stitches. And the one under the stitch marker, and that's the last one of the round. Pull the thread through and cut it. Now we need to thread our needle. And then we're going to pick up the front loops of all of the 6 stitches that we have left. So you work your way round. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Give it a tug, and then we're going to lose the thread back through the egg. So just push it down anywhere and let it catch itself between the filler. Give it a tug. And that's it, finished.
Okay, all we need to do now is to cut off the end tail of the yarn. Just get my scissors. Oh, the video's decided to go very slow. Hopefully it'll pick itself back up in a moment. So we just cut this piece off. And there we have your finished egg. Now it's up to you whether you want to do the middle band as the intricate pattern or whether you want to do it as a solid block like this one, or you can just leave it plain. The choice is up to you. So if you like the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and I'll try and put another video up for you next week. Thanks for watching.